My name is Christopher Freud, and I'm the head of strategy and business development at Ellevio. And for you non-Swedish speaking people, my last name, Freud or Freud, if I translate that, it means delight. So you can also refer to me as Mr. Delight. That's fine by me. So speaking about Ellevio, I think many of you have heard about Ellevio, and we are one of the largest DSOs or distribution system operators. That was a electricity grid company in Sweden. We have about 1 million customers and have grids in different areas in Sweden. And as a DSO, we of course have a crucial role in the electricity transformation. I mean, we are kind of a backbone with connecting producers and consumers, enabling increased share of renewable electricity in the grid, and also electrifying industries and different sectors as transport sector or concrete sector, steel, etc. And looking to the future, we have a pretty ambitious plan, and to be able to electrify the society at the pace we need to be at, for example, our climate goals at 2045, we need to invest a whopping 100 billion Swedish crowns in our electricity grid. And you know, a huge challenge, a challenge that I think we must undertake and succeed with. And addition to that, we have since a couple of years back also enrolled in another strategic direction, and that is to work with complementary products, solutions, and services to help our customers in the space to electrify their business. So we're actually not just a DSO company, we're transforming us to more of an energy company and an enabler. And we know that to be able to do that, we need to work with smart companies, smart people, and we need to do this together. We can't do this on our own. We need to do it together. And that is also one of the reasons we have done a project together with GodEl. And if Magnus referred to comparison with Rolling Stones, I can also continue with that the next speaker will be kind of the Mick Jagger of Rolling Stones. So Anna, please.
Thank you for that. I hope that you can hear me okay and that you can see me. I can't see a single soul at the moment, just my screen sharing. So just speak up if something is a bit off. My name is Anna Kvarnström, and I'm a sustainability developer at GodEl, and I'm also the project manager of this Innovation Challenge Startup for Climate. And just briefly about GodEl, GodEl has been around since 2005, when the Good Cause Foundation decided to establish a group of competitive companies that would make the world a better place, basically. And GodEl was first in line. They saw that the electricity market really needed a new type of player that would turn things upside down, basically, by focusing on customer value, fair and transparent pricing, and a new way of approaching value creation that would reach beyond the economic interests of the organization itself and be serious on contributing to sustainable development overall. And in GodEl's case and our sister company's case, that includes donating all our dividends to NGOs who are experts at what they do and make sure that each Swedish crown spent creates a positive and sustainable impact in other areas. And that could be things like offering microloans and training in entrepreneurship to disadvantaged women, or supporting resilient communities in war-torn areas in the world, or just looking after the environment right here in Sweden. So 16 years up and running now, GodEl is now Sweden's 9th biggest electricity company, and we're also Sweden's fastest growing. And a big part of this is the fact that we've never really shied away from our vision of a better world. And it's also, as an extension of this, thanks to our partnership with Ellevio that Christopher mentioned, is a partnership that was initiated in 2019. And that's when we became their default electricity supplier, which basically means that whenever someone moves in the grid area and chooses to prioritize unpacking and having pizza instead of diving into this beautiful world of electricity contracts, they simply get electricity from us, which is a very good thing in this case. So this is just a little bit about who we are, but I'm going to zoom out a bit and take a look at the world that our companies and your companies are currently living and operating in. And right now, this world is existing in the midst of a climate crisis. Perhaps you've read that we set a new record a couple of weeks ago, and that's when the concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere reached 420 ppm, that's parts per million. And the last time it was this high was during the Pliocene era. That was some 3 or 4 million years ago. And at that time, the world was 3 degrees warmer, sea levels 30 meters higher than today, and Greenland was completely free of ice. And what this means is that we are currently facing a very massive and urgent challenge, but also that there are ways of getting through this crisis. And we know, I should say, that energy and electrification strategies are a very good place to start.
Great. We come into the importance of smart electrification, and the whole society has now realized what our friend Elon Musk realized over a decade ago, and that is that the future is electric. And GodEl and Ellevio, 2 fairly big energy players with the different purposes, or different roles in the energy market, we of course felt that we want to do something to help on this transformative journey we have in the era of electrification. So what I think is great with the energy business, it is that it's such an enabler of many crucial parts when it comes to digitalization, data centers, powering of industries. We have a lot of interesting projects now in northern part of Sweden, clean transportation, and so on. And to make a transition to a carbon-free future, it starts with an energy sector that has created a fossil-free platform for the society to build upon. And this platform needs to be effective, adaptable, and also be able to scale up, and that in a cost-efficient way. And we heard Anna mentioning that we have a climate challenge, and I think we're lagging behind, but I don't think it's too late to change it around and actually achieve our ambitious goals and the goals that we need to achieve to be able to have a healthy planet going forward. And so speaking also about plan and vision and also dreams, I think Martin Luther King had a dream, pretty cool one, and GodEl and Ellevio, we have a pretty awesome vision, and that vision were that we together, companies, inventors, energy players, academia, investors of all different sizes and skill set and background, we need to come together to really manage to deliver this impact changes that is needed to be able to actually reach our climate goals. And we know that there is so much innovative power in smaller companies and in startups, but it's also difficult, extremely difficult, to unlock this value and actually be able to commercialize good ideas and projects and programs and let them have a sustainable impact on the future. So what we did about 12, 18 months ago was to have a internal innovation challenge with GodEl and say that how should we what can we do? And Anna, what did we do?
Yeah, what did we do? That's a good question, because almost exactly 1 year ago today, we launched this innovation challenge, Startup for Climate. And the Startup for Climate is aimed at young companies and startups, obviously, with ideas that can speed up the energy transition and help limit global warming to 1.5 degrees. That is the basic understanding. Let's see if I can change my screen. Yeah. And when we say the energy transition, what we mean then is basically all initiatives that promote the switch from our current fossil heavy and inefficient energy and transportation systems to those solutions that are smarter and more efficient and then actually have a positive impact on the climate. And Startup for Climate is unique in several ways. One aspect being that it has one of the largest prize sums of all similar innovation contests in Sweden, which is quite nice. And this is directly connected to our vision and our belief that we can increase our own impact by directing flows of capital to organizations that we believe can maximize the value using their specific knowledge and their specific expertise. So last year, our 2 winners shared a total of 2 million Swedish crowns and received personal coaching from the expert jury. Those companies are PFOL, Solar Power, and NJ, and they're with us today and will tell us a bit about their work and how Startup for Climate has impacted their business in just a minute. And this year, we have another 2 million that are looking to be put to good use for the energy transition. But we have also upped the game this year. So we're adding a strong focus on climate impact, and we are increasing engagement and visibility through big media collaborations and a variety of social media platforms, which is super exciting. And we've also added a new voting feature this year that lets regular mortals, so to speak, have their say and engage with the companies that participate. And this voting feature also premieres early participation, which is crucial here. And there is a lot more that I could say about this, but I think we will save that cliffhanger for our launch event on the 5th of May. That's when we will have an interactive webinar where we'll open this year's competition. We'll talk a bit about this year's jury of experts and basically let you know what you need to do in order to take home the grand prize. And I think actually you can visit the website today already, because I think we have already unveiled a few interesting names. So basically, if you want to participate this year, or if you want to know more, just make sure to respond to the poll that will pop up in just a sec, I believe. And you will get an invitation to the launch straight to your inbox. And you're also very welcome to visit our website, which is startupforclimate.com, where you will find a whole lot of useful information. Thank you very much.